Alright folks, welcome to the Magic Sticking Workshop Series. Now, the Magic Sticking is just the title I gave this exercise because I want to have something snazzy to attract your attention. In reality, it's a very nice sticking. It's a common kind of a thing. We use two common elements, the paradiddle and the double stroke roll in combination. Why do you do this? Because this combination can lead to a huge variety of pieces of vocabulary for you. You can use it in so many ways. The sticking can be applied to many different styles and many different voicings and variations, permutations. It's something also that I learned that you can use a lot if you want to do Indian music style phrasing, like groups of 5, 7, and variations of all these things. You know, we've studied these things in Interclock 2 and also in the online lessons section. So what exactly is the magic sticking? Let's get down to it. First you do a paradiddle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, those are paradiddles. And then you do the double stroke roll. Right, left, right, left, left. Okay, so combined, it's like this. Okay, a paradiddle, and then, so if you're starting, for example, with a right-handed paradiddle, right, right, and then left, left, right, right. This sets you up for the next one. Okay, so watch again. Paradiddle, then left, left, right, right. Okay, the same thing in the left hand. Paradiddle, right, right, left, left. Okay, so it's a thing that cycles around all the time, and this is what it's going to sound like. Okay. So, of course, it gets more complicated than that. You're going to move it around in the timeline. So the next movement is starting on the E's. 1 E and the 2 E and the, right? For that, of course, look at your PDF. You're just going to add a left hand at first if you start with your right hand, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, as you can see, that also cycles around. Let's move to the next one, starting on the and. So that's just 2 left hands before you start the magic sticking pattern. Okay, so it goes like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Of course, you get the next variation starting on the does. So what I do is I just start with a right hand and then 2 lefts. Alright, so that gives me the duh. 1 E and duh. So 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the. Alright. So let me just give you a taste of what this can sound like fast. Let's just do the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. What this is good for, I think, also, is to improve your showmanship. You can do things like right hand leading and left hand leading. It's good to do it both ways because, you know, it gives you some variety of sound. Also, if you want to hit some cymbals over here or left hand up here on the tom instead of always relying on the right hand, you can do this and then move on to this side of the kit. So it's a very nice thing to see hands flowing, showmanship is also benefited by this. Not that I concentrate on that too much, but it's a great benefit from this. So let me just play that in a groove now to give you an idea of what you can sound like with it. Okay, so as you can see, it's a real nice motif, and this is going to yield tons of vocabulary for you. Okay, of course you do the variations, and you get used to putting it in different places in the timeline, because you can add lots of variations to this. For example, if you do a paradiddle diddle and then do the magic sticking afterwards, you get this kind of a sound. So paradiddle diddle, and then the magic sticking again comes around with the right hand. It's a really interesting motif. So you get an idea of some of the things you can do. Now, if you look at your PDF files, let's take a few examples out of there. So, if you know me, you know that I like to concentrate on things that will give you rhythmic knowledge as well as technique, right? These following exercises in the Paradiddle workout, in the handout for the magic sticking PDF handout, is going to help you to warm up and get used to this system. Okay, so the first thing you notice is the transition from 16th notes to 8th note triplets. This is a very important thing to do with paradiddles. It's your first step into breaking through to the phrasing ideas that you're going to get from this system. So if you look at exercise 1, it's just a exercise, right? A warm-up. It's just hand to hand, and with an accent pattern that is very important that we're going to start exploring. Okay, if you look at the triplet section, it's basically what it is. It's a half note triplet, but if you're thinking like this, I prefer to think of it as a 1-bar cycle. Okay, the phrase of it being 1, 2, if you're counting in 4/4 also, if you want to think of it as a half note triplet, it's okay. But I prefer to think of rhythmic cycles so that you can base your vocabulary off of rhythm instead of subdivisions. Alright, so the basic exercise is simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you look at the counterpart to this, paradiddle exercises with 8th note triplets, that would be paradiddles and then paradiddles inside that phrase. Okay, so this is what that sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the second step you need in trying to get this stuff together. All right, so let's just have a look at the second exercise here. You notice that the accent is moved to the E's, and on the triplet section we have the phrase moved over by 1/8 note. Okay, so it gives a different kind of vibe. Let's just try it hand to hand at first, exercise 2. All right, it's just going to go hand to hand. Alright, look at the counterpart, that's number 5, paradiddle exercise, displacement 1. Okay? It starts with the left hand, you just right hand starts with the paradiddle. Okay, you see now why you have to go hand to hand and then slowly to the paradiddle. The effects of these accents can get pretty tricky. So go ahead and do the other two on your own, and let's go to the next section.